Hi, welcome to American Craft Spirits, and we're here today with Stuart Hobson, who is the master distiller, owner, jack of probably all the trades here at Heartland Distillers in Indianapolis, Indiana. Stuart, thanks for joining us. And
thank you. Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, thanks for letting us here. So this is the Big Daddy. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it and take our viewers through the process here?
Sure. This is our 450-liter copper pot still, handcrafted in Bavaria by an old Bavarian manufacturing company that's been around for 150 years.
Right.
Everything we do goes through this thing. It's where we make all of our vodka, where we make all of our gin.
Yeah.
We distill the vodka. We distill 6 times, so we run it through here quite a bit.
So for people who are not experts, when we say pot still, I mean this is the pot right here.
This is the pot. Yeah. This.
Right.
This thing down here is a steam jacket, which we pipe steam from our steam boiler into this jacket, and it heats up this big copper kettle.
Yeah.
It looks, it's just a big version of any copper kettle you'd see anywhere, but
right.
it's custom designed to distill alcohol.
But the spirit is not. I mean, the spirit only touches the copper. I mean, it's not.
Right.
It's not.
The spirit only touches the copper. If you look inside here, you can see that the interior walls of the still are made of copper.
Right.
There's a few other pieces of equipment in there for mixing things up and for adding in product and subtracting product out. But it's just a big copper pot.
And then is there a plate up here, or is this?
This is the.
This is just the head.
This is the head of the still. This is for so you get additional contact with the copper.
Yeah.
Because the main reason small distillers like myself like to use copper pot stills is the copper actually helps the alcohol taste better.
Right.
For lack of a better word, it's that the contact with the copper causes a bit of a chemical reaction, which pulls out the sulfates and cleans up the product and makes a better tasting product.
And the shape of the head can alter the flavor even between stills.
It can, depending on who you talk to. That's a debate that's been going on in distilling circles for a couple centuries now. But there are alembic heads, which are the big bulbous heads.
Right.
There's the standard head like we have.
Yeah.
Some people don't use any heads at all.
Right. And then just sort of walk us through here, kind of point to where we're going in the process. So
sure.
The spirit's rising up here. You've got a pipe here.
Well, the main thing we try and do is we want to raise the temperature of what we have in the still up to the boiling point of the alcohol. Once that happens, the alcohol turns to vapor and starts rising up through the still. It goes to the top of this head and then comes across one of these pipes to, depending on what we're doing, to this botanical extraction vessel where we make gin and other flavored products.
Right.
Or over to this reflux column to further increase the proof of the alcohol.
Right.
The reflux column strips some of the water out of the vapor.
Yeah.
And raises the whole proof of what's being produced.
Yeah.
It rises through this. Let's just assume it's rising through this column here. We're producing vodka. It'll rise to the top of this column, cross over in a pipe to this thing, which is
that's your condenser.
Condenser, yes. This is a water jacketed condenser. There's water running through this that cools down that vapor down to below the boiling point of alcohol, and it turns back into liquid.
Right.
Then it comes out through this little manifold here, and we can pipe it to holding tanks, or we can pipe it out into another one of these big retaining tanks.
Wherever it needs to go. And you can put your hydrometer in here, so you can measure proof as it's...
Right, this is just a little...
Kind of spirit safe?
A little spirit safe.
Right.
We have a little piece of equipment that floats in there that tells us approximately what the proof is that's coming off the still.
Right.
And that helps us monitor what we're making and making sure we're doing everything correctly.
The whole process. Yeah. So a lot of the energy that's working here, it's getting exchanged, is heating up and cooling down water, essentially.
Exactly.
You expend a lot of energy doing that.
You're heating up a water-alcohol mixture with the intent of separating that alcohol out of the mixture to distill it and to produce a spirit.
Nice. Beautiful. Well, it's a beautiful piece of equipment, right out of a Jules Verne novel, but they're certainly attractive, and this is it's a beautiful machine. I think the shape of craft spirits in this country are being done, on machines like this, and we, the chance to see it and see how it works is really nice. So thank you for letting us do that. Appreciate it.